Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, Little Blue with me, and that's right. A Ghostbusters marathon leading up to the next and long-awaited Ghostbusters film. Ghostbusters Afterlife, of course. So, of course, that's right. We are, of course, starting off reviewing the first Ghostbusters film from 1984. So, God, what do we have to say about the first one?
Absolutely.
And you had seen it, of course.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. Great movie. Just a great movie. I mean, a lot of fun. And Ray Parker Jr.'s song Ghostbusters is one of my all-time favorite pop songs.
Oh, yeah.
The line, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. It's a really cool song.
It is.
And it's the movie itself, Bill Murray is... Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. Let's face it, they're the stars, really. Especially Bill Murray. Bill Murray's dry sense
Harold
of humor.
Ramis and Ernie Hudson.
Sure, but Bill Murray's dry sense of humor. I mean, it's just you can't beat it. I mean, he's just his delivery. It just has this. There's always a cynical edge to it, which I love.
Yes.
To his comedy, his sense of humor, and his approach, his style. The story is, you've heard this too, that Bill Murray, anytime he doesn't have an agent. He does not have an agent. He has an answering machine. And,
not even like a cell phone or anything like that.
Oh, I don't know if he has a cell phone.
iPhone, just anything like that.
He has, I will say, a voicemail, okay? Whether it's an answering machine or it's a, virtual, that it's on a cloud and it's voicemail. But he just retrieves messages, and if somebody calls him with an offer that he likes, he calls them and he makes the deal himself.
Okay.
Kind of cuts out the middleman. Kind of keeps it easy. He takes the whole cut. Doesn't have to give anything to an agent. Mm-hmm. Smart.
Right. But of course, about the film itself, because all three of them, because from Dr. Venkman, Ray, and Dr. Egon, they get called in, at this library,
right,
to find a ghost. We know that sequence.
Exactly.
Get her! And of course they start forming, and creating Ghostbusters,
Yes.
And everything, and even some of the other characters, because you got, of course, Anna Potts and Rick Moranis and Sigourney Weaver.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, memorable people in this, and because here's another thing, fun fact, because. When Ghostbusters was in development and Dan Aykroyd writing the script, for one thing, the late John Belushi would be involved in this,
yes,
playing Venkman, and it would be set in the future. You would still have Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis, but you would have John Belushi and Eddie Murphy in this,
right?
And John Candy was to be Lewis, but after John's passing, that all changed for Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Yeah, and it became Ghostbusters as we know it. And even even that hotel sequence with Slimer,
right?
A good sequence too.
Very good.
And Slimer was modeled after John Belushi. And if you think of Animal House,
sure,
his character eating at the buffet or just something, eating a lot of food,
exactly.
And Slimer at that cart. So you get the idea.
Oh, of course.
And and also the effects in this,
special effects were great.
And with ILM, back then.
Mm-hmm.
Practical effects.
Yes, very much so. And Rick Moranis, that demon dog that
Yeah, the terror dog.
He was so funny in that.
Yeah, with Rick Moranis?
Yes, Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
His character.
Lewis being chased by the terror dog.
Just trying to fit in, with the apartment building, just trying, throwing a party and trying to be,
he managed to
host.
He managed to throw a party. So.
Oh, yeah. He threw a party, that's for sure.
And being chased by the terror dog.
Yes.
Yeah, and even, it wasn't that long for, for Dana, played by Sigourney Weaver, be attacked by the terror dog,
Right.
And the terror dog and the terror dog's possessing them,
Mm-hmm.
The Keymaster and what I'm saying?
Right.
Their names and Zool.
Yeah, Zool.
There is no Dana, only Zool. Go ahead.
The way they had her fixed up, her makeup and her hair, that was so 80s.
Yeah.
That big hair.
Well, and that's when the movie obviously took place.
Well, of course. So it was big hair. That was the thing back in the 80s was big hair.
Yeah, and even like oh gosh, we cannot forget about mentioning him, Walter Peck.
Yes.
That idiot, that jerk. Just he was.
He was totally.
And just totally, and even with the mayor, played by David Margulis. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Margulis,
he did the smart move, like kicking Walter out,
exactly,
out of the room and everything else.
Yes.
Yeah, and also because the ending to it, because up at that hotel, well, what's the name of that, anyways?
I can't remember. But I remember that's when that was the climax of the whole film.
And the Ghostbusters, they got him police and the army,
Right.
And
only Ghostbusters could take care of it.
Yeah, and another even the rest of the songs in the film, cleaning up the town and saving the day.
Oh yeah.
And that song, when they're making their way to the hotel, and all these people, these hippies and these rabbis, and I guess people from the church, they're there, just
it was exactly as you see the signs, the end is near, and everything, and and that's exactly how it would be,
And facing off, and the Ghostbusters, they literally have to make their way up by all those tall stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, and they finally come face to face with Zool,
Finally.
And Venkman just saying, go get her, Ray. A call back to when, because what they did at the library, I guess.
Yes.
No, it's just him this time, right?
Right.
That's the joke, the form of the destructor,
Right.
And choose the form of the destructor, and empty your heads, but I think you can kind of see Ray, he has a look on his face, he is thinking of something, and even I guess it's obvious Zool can read minds. Yeah, and of course the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, of course.
One of the best parts of the film, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, and so definitely to the climax, and remember, even the behind the scenes, that was a miniature, and and somebody in that suit of Stay Puft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and oh gosh, and you remember because when Stay Puft stepping on the church, nobody steps on a church in my town. That from Venkman.
Yeah,
that was funny, and Ray 1, 2, 3 roast him. Pretty much, because he's a marshmallow.
I still see that giant marshmallow, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man walking down the street.
Yeah, I can.
Big smile on his face.
Yeah, I'm picturing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the climax, one thing is, don't cross the streams, but they do.
Yes.
And what the streams, that's, because when they activate their guns, right?
Yeah, electroplasma. I don't know. I can't remember. Ectoplasma, whatever they called it. It was basically, I think the danger was it could open up a portal. However they explained it,
Right. Well, that, and, I remember this, as they're on the elevator at that hotel, about to catch Slimer, they turn on Ray's pack,
Sure.
So they kind of back away a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that thing's nuclear and so on.
Yeah.
And, crossing the streams, that's the only way to defeat, Zool,
Right.
And I guess that entrance, whatever the heck it is,
Exactly. I remember it was almost going through the gates of heaven, but it wasn't heaven. It was the opposite. So
hell, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and even explosion and the Stay Puft being destroyed as well.
Right.
The marshmallow just falling down, and Walter got what he deserved, a pool of marshmallow just splattered on him.
Yep.
Yeah. And
great special effects.
Yes, yeah, definitely. You know that some deleted scenes in the film, one deleted scene after Stay Puft being destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
and after that shot with Walter, what he got, the people are applauding, but then Stay Puft's hat comes coming down. Yeah.
Yeah, missed that one.
Yeah, but again, that was a deleted scene. I think I showed you that one before.
I think you did, actually. I think you did. It's been a while ago.
Yeah. But, the ending to it, because even Dana and Lewis no longer the Terror Dogs.
Right.
And and even Ernie, I love this city, I love this town. And the ending, because Ghostbusters theme playing once more. And yeah, just what do we got to say about Ghostbusters, because...
Ghostbusters is a classic comedy. It's sort of an action comedy. There's a lot of action in it. There's some drama in it.
Funny horror,
Yeah, it's lighthearted. So there's nothing...
Lighthearted, yeah.
Not really serious. The demons being released, all these spirits.
All the ghosts, yeah.
Yeah, that was a little intense.
Yes,
but
it was.
It was still lighthearted because you knew the Ghostbusters were going to prevail in the end.
And these guys, like from Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, these guys were from the original, legendary members of SNL.
Yes.
Saturday Night Live, for sure.
Rick Moranis was from Second City Television.
Yeah. And he had done a lot of other funny films,
Right.
And worked with Bill Murray a few times.
Yes.
And Ernie Hudson. I'm trying to remember. What about Ernie Hudson?
Ernie Hudson, what his origins were, where he'd come from, where he'd worked in comedy.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yes, it was. So, and how do we rate this?
Oh, 5 stars.
I give it 10, obviously. 10 out of 10 for Ghostbusters.
10 out of 10 and 5 out of 5 stars for
Great
me.
film. So,
yes.
Yep. And you guys let us know what you think of Ghostbusters, what you thought of our review. Give this a like and leave comments as always. Any last words?
Must be off.
He says that for me. We hope you enjoyed our review of the first Ghostbusters film. And stay tuned because, again, this is a Ghostbusters marathon. And now, next will be our review of the second film.
Ghostbusters 2.
So stay tuned for that tomorrow. Take care and peace out.